Jax recently got a rework, so today we're going to be guessing who Jax is from the music alone. I don't know anything about Jax. I don't play League of Legends, absolutely not. Nothing wrong with it, but I don't play it, and I'm curious to hear what it sounds like, so here we go. Jax is incredibly stealthy. So the reason why I come up with that idea right away based on the music is the fact that we get this propulsive rhythm that's very fast, very energetic. It almost feels like darting around. It feels like skirting through, jumping over mountains or whatever, or mountains over cities, you know what I mean? There's a real lightness in his step. Jax is vicious. Jax has a quality about him that is incredibly volatile. There's a visceral quality in there. Shout out to this being mixed by Jason Walsh, my buddy, and Unique Home Studios, as well as the music supervision and session producer being J.D. Spears and Cole Hicks. These guys are just awesome. Awesome guys at Riot. You know, that's sort of whale, not W-H-A-L-E, but W-H-I-L, has a feeling of, it's a soulful cry. So I think maybe Jax is very good at his job, but he's tormented by some sort of terrible thing that happened to him in his life. Yeah. So the melody, that's a melody of not giving up. That's saying, no. Doesn't matter how much has happened in my life. I will not be stopped. I'm not going to surrender, because you have to understand that this is the only choice I have. I have no other option. I have no out. I have no way to get to where I want to go unless I go through. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's the theme here in that melody. And you hear that conviction not only in the solo violin melody, but you also hear it in the percussion underneath. Bum, 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 right? You hear that? That's to me, if I'm guessing this character, that's what I'm picking from. Nice. That is such a singable, easy melody. And what's fun about this, too, is that we heard it right before in the violin. So the violin is like Jax as a solo element, right? But then when you add the choir and Unique Horn Studio, who wrote this, it's really obvious that I think the choir represents family, unity, a sense of like followers. People that rely on Jax. Quintessential pulled back moment here. And I actually really like that. Pull all the way back. There's a silent, there's a whisper. It's a reflective thing from the past. So those voices might actually be people that Jax, that relied on Jax, and then Jax, for whatever reason, couldn't sustain whatever, and so it got pulled back, or he lost them or something. And so now it's a distant memory, and we hear that because of the way that we pull back on the da-do-do-do, ba-do-do-do, right? So this is the callback. So now this is like regaining strength and moving forward. Now you notice that the melody is the same, right? Let me just rewind really quickly. This is the same violin melody as we heard before, but now you hear how actually it kind of slows down a little bit. It's a little bit more legato. It's a little bit more stretched out. And then it goes, it goes upper, a higher part of the melody line and the pitch. And then the chorus starts to support it. Nice. Oh. That's Jax saying, this is all I can do. I'm a different person than I was. It's time to reclaim who I am. I will not be defeated. I will not be stopped. There we go. And then now we had these individual solo sections. First the violins, then the chorus, then the violin, then a little bit of the chorus. And now we have both merged together, which is so satisfying. Love those horns. Interesting ending. I love the galvanization there. All right, let's look up a couple things here about Jax. Let's start with the Jax Champion Spotlight.
Welcome to the League of Legends Champion Spotlight, featuring Jax, the Grandmaster at Arms.
The Grandmaster at Arms, okay.
Jax is a melee fighter and duelist, adept at killing targets one at a time, while surviving attacks from surrounding enemies. Jax's passive is Relentless Assault. Every time Jax lands a basic attack, he gains bonus attack speed for a few seconds. This bonus stacks multiple times up to a cap. Leap Strike sends Jax lunging toward target minion, monster, champion, or ward, whether friend or foe. If the target is an enemy, Jax will also damage it. Max Leap Strike by level 13 for mobility and damage output, taking 1 point by level 3 for jungling, and a point at level 1 when laning. Empower causes Jax's next basic attack to deal bonus damage. This ability will reset Jax's attack timer, meaning you can use it as an almost free attack if you time it correctly. Additionally, if you activate Empower before using Leap Strike, it will deal damage on top of Leap Strike. For maximum damage output, max Empower by level 9, with your first point at level 2. Counter-Strike buffs Jax for a few seconds, causing him to dodge every attack made against him for the duration. At the end of this duration, Jax stuns and damages all nearby enemies. Counter-Strike deals bonus damage based on how many attacks Jax dodged. Take just 1 point in Counter-Strike early and max it last. When jungling, grab it at level 1. Jax's ultimate is Grandmaster's Might. Passively, it grants bonus damage to every third consecutive attack Jax makes, though this counter resets if Jax waits too long between attacks. When activated, it grants Jax bonus attack damage and ability power for a few seconds.
There's a battle and I'm just warming up!
I, for whatever reason, don't have a lot to go on in terms of Jax, so let's just read the bio. Say Jax Kyle Rinks grew up in Ikathia, a satrapy of the Shuriman Empire. Ever since he was a boy, his father told him of when their home was a proud independent nation before it was ground under the heel of Shuriman oppression. He told him of the Kohari heroes who protected Ikathia and its Mage King. The Mage King had resisted Shuriman's conquest, but when he died in battle, his Kohari protectors followed him, committing ritual suicide. The Shuriman Emperor displayed the Kohari's decaying bodies for all to see, and the Mage King himself was impaled by the city above the city gates, his bones left to molder. Jax's father had witnessed this cruel act, and over time he passed down his son the burning resentment that was growing in every Icathian heart. Even so, Jax committed himself to the study of arms, learning from Shurima's weapon masters, as well as his own clan's elders. After many centuries of Shuriman rule, a massive earthquake struck the coastal province of Sabera. The destruction revealed something hidden deep beneath the earth, something dark and of great power, perhaps strong enough even to overcome Shurima's godlike ascended warriors. Jax was entrusted with protecting the Icathian mages who encountered this discovery, which the guards just barely contained with the brazier staves that blazed with conjuring elemental fire. Disturbed, he escorted the mages to the governing council so they could tell of what they'd learned. They called this power the Void. Immediately, the council recognized its potential, but Jax saw the doom of the Void portended. As a master of weaponry, he knew the danger of using a weapon they could neither fully understand nor safely harness. He regretted that he didn't kill the mages as they rode from Sabera. He would regret it even more in the days to come. Confident that the Void could defeat their Shuriman overlords, the council crowned a new mage king. The Kohari were rebuilt, with Jax among the first to join their ranks. They triumphed in early engagements, and Jax even killed one of the vaunted Ascended in battle, watching with pride as his corpse was paraded around the liberated city of Bajek. When the Ascended host approached Icathia, Jax and his brethren assembled on the front lines. As the two armies churned the earth beneath them into crimson loam, Icathia's mages and priests deemed the time had come to unleash the Void. Ruins swept over the land as Icathians, Shurimans, and even Ascended were unraveled from existence. The city's walls collapsed as the Void swallowed thousands into cold, silent oblivion. In moments, Icathia was lost. Jax rode to the ruined crater where the Void had been summoned, determined to fall upon his sword like the Kohari of old. But before he could take his life, he saw among the devastation a discarded brazier staff that he recognized from Sabera. It still blazed with elemental fire that harmed the Void. This flame kindled a spark inside Jax's heart. He took up the staff and left behind the ruins of his homeland, tending to his last light of Icathia and the hope it represented. Grieving and ashamed, Jax, Kale, Rinks, Kohari, Ikathun forsook his old name, and from this day forward was only known as Jax. He became a wanderer, traveling across the known world and to places beyond any map. As he bore the elemental fire, Jax's life extended beyond even the expectations of his long-lived people. Yet the farther he went from Icathia, the lower the flame burned, until it threatened to gutter out once and for all. Jax understood with grim resolution that he couldn't run from his past. He had a duty to return and fight. The advance of the Void had been halted by the last surviving Ascended, but its singular threat endured. For centuries, Jax has roamed, a vagabond warrior searching for those strong enough to rebuild the Kohari. Though he has fought countless times against beings of great skill, courage, and power, none have yet convinced him that they can march against the darkness. The fall of Icathia has plagued Jax with doubt, but one thing remains certain. When the final battle comes, Jax will stand against the Void, even if he has to face it alone. So it seems to me that Jax is not nimble and fast, actually, but the chorus represents the people of his tribe, essentially. Icathia? Ionia? Those are the people that it represents, and it also represents his past and running from his past and then having to come back to his past because he can't escape. Let me listen to his voice lines really quick.
Bravest hero I ever knew was just a kid. Here's to you, champ. Yeesh, Aatrox. I thought war gave me issues. Facing the Ascended again. This ought to be good. You are everything I stand against, Void Empress. You'll go no further. Your terror bears no teeth against me, Cho'Gath. Darken, twisted by Shurima, fallen to the Void, bound to your weapon. I get it.
Jax has an inherent confidence inside of him. And there's a bravery. He understands how to fight, how to play the game. It comes from a history of warriors. Let me just rewind his theme a little bit. Yeah, so now it's interesting because now with context, that could be the turmoil in Jax's spirit, knowing that he should go back home, right? That could be the noise he feels because he saw the Void come and exist. It could also represent his brutality, his confidence, his sheer capacity with weaponry. Yeah, so the more I think about this as I listen to it and having read his backstory, I really do think that this music signifies Jax's conflict between himself and running away and leaving his past behind, but knowing that he has to come back to the void. He has to face this fight. He has to rally the troops and get people to do the thing that has to be done, and that's fight the void and the ascendant and so on and so forth. So that's where that it's actually a lot of confidence in there. If you like this, there's more League of Legends guessing who the character is on the channel. Feel free to subscribe. There's links in the about section if you want to support the channel, and as always, thanks a ton, and I'll see you later. Bye.